Activated, your window into how we can change the way in which we aspire for persons with disabilities, how we change our expectations from seeing inability to expecting ability. Activated takes us on a journey of taking lessons from persons with disabilities in how we must do things differently to unleash the contributions persons with disabilities can and must make to building a disability-inclusive Mzansi. Hello and welcome to Activated with me, your host, Taryn Tomlinson. Frida Kahlo is one of the world's most famous painters with a disability, whose artwork was informed by her lived experience and is worth millions. South Africa has a thriving and vibrant arts, culture, and heritage sector. Many of the artists, institutions, and the businesses thrive and contribute to South Africa's cultural soft power. The South African cultural and creative economy is not insignificant. For the past 2 decades, South Africa's creative industries have been identified as the main drivers of personal wealth, tourism, foreign investment, and employment. Yet despite many artists with disabilities being very talented in the arts and crafts, their crafts do not contribute to the economic liberation. Today, we look at what can be done so that artists with disabilities can take center stage. Let's get activated. In today's show, we visit Brenton Swartz and Martin Sodoms, members of the Association of Mouth and Foot Painting Artists. I will be chatting to Linding Hobo, Arts Development Officer from the National Arts Council. And we meet Alexandra Marklauf, a visually impaired artist with a master's degree who has the most amazing techniques and messaging through her art and exhibitions. Foot and mouth painting is a technique to create drawings, paintings, and other works of art by maneuvering brushes and other tools with the mouth or foot. The technique is mostly used by artists who, through illness, accident, or congenital disability, have no use of their hands. The Association of Mouth and Foot Painting Artists is a worldwide organization representing these artists. Let's meet Brenton Swartz and Martin Sodoms. After losing the use of his limbs 14 years ago, Brenton Swartz could have given up on life. He was shot, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down. But the quadriplegic who studied architecture at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology refused to let life let him down. Martin had a diving accident in 1996, which broke his neck at C5 and C6 vertebral level, leaving him a tetraplegic. A teacher of painting introduced him to art 9 months after his rehabilitation, and during his stay in hospital, she helped him learn how to paint by mouth.
Vir rolstoelmense in Atlantis is daar baie min opportunities om iets te bekom in die lewe, en dis hoekom ek geopt het om by in die Kaap in te bly en te kyk wat ek met my loopbaan kan maak hier in die Kaap.
Ek het nog altyd liefde vir kuns gehad, omdat van jongs af was ek baie lief vir teken. Ek het altyd geteken. Na my ongeluk wat ek maar blootgestel was aan mondskilde, sal ek maar sê, ja.
As kind het ek gelyk om penselsketses te maak. Ek het nooit regtig gedink aan om te paint nie. As maar toe ek ander mense sien wat met die mond paint, wat ek maar probeer het om dat te doen intussen tyd, sodat ek ten minste iets het om te doen.
Het is eintlik vir my baie maklik. Ek het baie gou aangepas, want ek dink omdat jou mond is nader aan die brein, so ek sou sê dat dinge seker maar nou makliker moet uitwerk.
Is amper soos 'n mens weer begin leer skryf, om in die mond te skilder. Soos 'n mens op A skryf, jy leer eers hoe om sirkeltjies te teken en driehoeke en vierkante, en dis hoe ek basies geleer het om te skilder met die mond.
Dit het my lewe baie verander, want voor dit het ek het nou die ongeluk gehad, ek het my werk verloor, ek het geen inkomste gehad nie. 2014 toe word ek nou associate member van die vereniging, en toe het dit grootliks my lewe heeltemal verander. Toe kon ek groter dinge, finansiëel groter dinge aanpak, om my lewe nog meer te verbeter. En ek kon my dogter ook op die punt sorg dat sy die skool kan kom en sy wil verder studeer. Almal baie dinge kon my familie ook beter ondersteun. So dit het vir my baie beteken en baie dinge in my lewe verander.
Ons make bestaan huidiglik met die hulp van die Mountain Food Skildervereniging. Hulle is 'n baie goeie organisasie wêreldwyd en as dit nie was vir hulle nie, sou dit baie moeilik wees, dink ek, om in kuns in te kom. Wat die society eerstens moet doen in alle aspekte, dat dit kom by gestremde mense om vir hulle self te educate.
Vir my persoonlik sê ek altyd, as jy opgee, jy gee nie op vir ander mense, jy gee op jouself. En om op jouself op te gee, dis nou regtig, dis swak. Weet jy moet lig jou kop en wees sterk en gaan aan met die lewe.
Ons is ook toegewyd, ons het ook die ambisie, ons het ook dryfkrag, ons het ook dinge wat ons begeer. En ons wil ook bydra lewer in alle aspekte, ons wil ook mense educate.
Ek word weggeslaan deur Brenton en Martin se asemrowende talent. Dit lyk ontsettend moeilik. Na die breek ontmoet ons Alexandra McLeod, 'n Johannesburgse beeldende kunstenaar met 'n meestersgraad in beeldende kunste. Alexandra uses her art to break down barriers between her world and the world of the scene. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Today I'm here with Lindy Ngcobo, Arts Development Officer from the National Arts Council. Lindy, welcome.
Good day.
Lindy, I want to jump straight into it. Could you please share with us how government departments support economic participation of artists with disabilities?
The National Arts Council offer resources in the form of funding to arts organizations that support people living with disabilities, and similar organizations as well. The National Department of Arts and Culture does similar work.
To what extent have we seen an increase in artists with disabilities claiming space in the arts industry over the past 25 to 30 years?
To be honest, that's an area where we find difficulty in reaching out to the disabled artists, and we've tried to think, why is it difficult that we can't reach out to them? And one of the reasons is accessibilities and the resources that are required for them to access the space. So oftentimes that organizations that we give money to, they struggle to actually reach out to the artists living with disabilities.
So you would say that the resources are there, but you find that artists with disabilities are not coming forward in order to claim those resources.
The resources are there. We even prioritize to say we'll give more or give substantial amounts to artists with disabilities, but we struggle to actually find them putting forward proposals to us. And even organizations that we support, they struggle a lot to identify them because of the gaps that exist.
So, Lindy, what advice can you give to aspiring artists with disabilities who would like to develop their art form to a standard where they could make a living from it?
The advice that I can give is that within their communities, they do need to identify an arts organization. It doesn't have to be an organization that deals with people living with disability. It could be any arts organization. It could be an arts center, because if they approach them, then they are able to meet and have that kind of a network. And in turn, those organizations are able to actually put up programs for the people living with disability, and then be able to actually access resources on their behalf at the agencies and the national department.
And then from the side of the National Arts Council, is there any motivational words or words of advice that you'd like to leave our viewers who are aspiring artists, but maybe feel that, they simply don't have that platform to shine, or they're afraid of stepping up?
There's no ways about it. The only way is that there must be, when we call for opportunities, when we call for proposal, people should apply. We encourage them to apply and take up that opportunity, because in that we're able to identify them to say there is a need in a particular community. So without them applying, it often becomes difficult for us to find out who they are and where they are based. So they have to make that initiative on responding. And also we can give assurance that once we've received application, it doesn't matter, even if they don't necessarily meet all our requirements, we're able to reach out to them and assist them in ensuring that they're able to tap into this type of funding that we're offering.
Nindi, thank you so much for coming to share and enlightening us about the opportunities that are available out there. And we applaud the National Arts Council for all of the great work that you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
Alexandra McLeod is an extraordinary artist of the line, translating invisible forms into precise presence. A visual artist who became partially blind at age 14, she hones her creative abilities nonetheless. Let's meet her. Born in 1987 and completed a BA Fine Art at Wits University in 2009. Her work is a layering and juxtaposition of various stories and information. She tried to capture the importance of the stories she is reading and give them a place in the images she has been creating.
I'm an artist. I'm a psychology student. I was born with a condition called ectodermal dysplasia, and that manifests in several different ways. I became blind in my right eye when I was 14, and in my left eye I have about 4% vision at the moment, although it does fluctuate. My latest work has been about discovering what it means to be an artist without vision or very limited vision, and just trying to answer the question for myself, can I still be an artist without vision? The answer is, of course, yes, because I can still make art. And although I can't, I don't have that same feedback of looking at something and manipulating it in that way, but cooking, making art, dancing, anything to do with creativity makes me tick. Various things can be done to support artists with disabilities, and a lot of it is the same things that can be done for any artist. That's having a place to work, giving people the financial backing and support, just making space, not fetishizing their disability, but just assisting them as they would other artists to make their work. Learning, how to relate to the environment in such a different way has been very difficult. It has been made a lot easier, and I'm a lot more anxious now that I have a guide dog. Sometimes people are a bit scared or hesitant around people with disabilities, and having a guide dog really has helped, because now before people see the disability, they see the dog, and that helps a lot more. At the moment, I am very much focused on my part-time psychology degree. Throughout that, I keep working, and I hope to have an exhibition at some point. If I had any advice to give young artists with disabilities, it would be to never stop making. Even if society or people around you say you can't do something or that you're not doing it properly, only you know what you can do, and you can find a way around any difficulties you have and your disability to make your art.
Alexandra breek soveel stereotypes as 'n blinde kunstenaar wat visuele kunswerke skep. Absoluut inspirerend. Kyk uit vir haar nuutste uitstallings. Na die advertensiebreek gaan maak ons 'n draai in Bellito en ons ontmoet Clayden BothaSouth en sy ma Antoinette. Ons is nou hierna terug. Welcome back. The visual arts, such as painting, drawing, music, and computer graphics, can give students a non-verbal way to express themselves and interact with other people. Combining the arts with technology can create new and exciting ways to keep students motivated and engaged in the learning process and the world around them. Imagine a world where you are unable to communicate, a world where you are trapped inside your body, a world where you have so much to contribute but cannot seem to find the right way to get it out there, a world where you want to work but maybe have trouble finding a meaningful job. This may seem extreme, but for some people, it is a reality. Art can open a whole new world for someone. It provides an outlet for one to communicate feelings. It is an opportunity to take a picture or an idea in your head and make it into something tangible. With art, the possibilities are endless. The problem: people with severe physical disabilities often feel that the essence of who they are is trapped inside their bodies. And they often are infantilized, treated as if they have little to offer. How can people who cannot walk or talk and have limited use of their hands experience the joy of creating their own art? Art is commonly used for people with special needs, both for learning and therapy, as well as leisure and fun. It is an important part of any special education program. People with special needs may need special art supplies to help them participate in art activities more easily and comfortably. However, most of these special education art supplies can be found at any craft store. Art enables us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. Ek glo vas dat kuns 'n belangrike deel van die nasionale skoolkurrikulum is. Daar is getoon dat kuns wiskundige vaardighede en taalvaardighede verbeter en maak studies makliker vir leerders. Clayden is 'n fantastiese kunstenaar wat ook autisties is. Sy ma Antoinette het hom gehelp om 'n klein onderneming te begin waar hy sy ontwerpe op verskillende produkte druk.
I'm Clayden from Clayden Designs and I'm 13 and autistic.
Clayden kan nie lees en skryf nie, maar gedurende COVID, omtrent die tweede keer wat skole gesluit is, het ek besluit om vir Clayden uit die skole te haal as gevolg van die feit dat met die autisme is die emosies baie up and down. Ek het altyd geweet hy is kunstig en altyd opgelet na hoe goed hy is en dan het ek dit op social media, op Facebook en my vriende het altyd goeie kommentaar gelewer.
This right here is my most favorite canvas, and the reason why is because I wasn't really having a good day and I thought, why did I take the thing what makes me unhappy and turn it into something beautiful and gorgeous to look at? The reason why I do art is not because of the money or that. When I was younger, I always wanted to be like famous YouTubers where they do art, and then I started drawing and having fun. And my mom's friend came up with the idea to make a business, so we started selling t-shirts and coming up with more designs, and I started doing drawings more on a regular basis, and I had tons of fun with it, and I still do.
Clayden het binne 6 weke 1400 followers op social media gehad op Facebook en daar Clayden's Designs begin. Deur COVID, deur bitter moeilike situasie waarin ons was en ek en Clayden het Clayden's Designs begin.
We do t-shirts, canvases, we do skateboards, we do anything. And we do all our designs on here and then post them to anywhere we want to do our t-shirts, print them and then sell them.
Clayden is 'n briljante artist. Ek dink hy het die potensiaal en ek weet hy het potensiaal om regtig baie suksesvol te wees. Hy het 'n baie anderste kunststyl as enigiets wat ek al ooit gesien het. Clayden is 'n baie goeie voorbeeld van hoe 'n baie liefde, motivation, baie aanvaarding autistiese mense kan help om suksesvol te wees in die lewe. En autism is nie 'n disability nie, is 'n different ability.
So the whole entire thing about the business is we tell people that it's okay to be different, that You shouldn't let autism choose who you should be, and you shouldn't let that hold you down. You shouldn't let other people judge you for who you are, and that's what we're trying to do, get the word out there and tell people that it's okay to be different.
Ons sluit ons program af met Jonella Mnyana, 'n blinde pianis en sanger wat in Mamelodi, Pretoria groot geword het. Hy het 'n verskeidenheid van musiekliefdes van Afrika en westerse koorstyl, kwaito en R&B. Bly veilig tot volgende week, selfde plek, selfde tyd, slegs hier op SABC2. You belong.